song, like the jazzy feel, we thought that like a 1920s style would be like a fitting thing. We feel it's a good time period to do it at the moment because it's like quite fashionable at the moment with like films coming out such as like The Great Gatsby, The Artist, Water for Elephants, and then other artists like Lana Del Rey, and like they all like have the same sort of thing. Yeah, the fashion is really like iconic, and at the moment like lots of high street shops are like replicating clothes of that period, and we've got like clothes and stuff that we'd like to like use, and we want to show the artist and like this theme and her style throughout our whole like media project, not just throughout the video, but like everything that she does. Like, we want this to be like her style. So if you like see something like that, you would imagine this artist.
Sure. Yes, our basic ideas consist of a 90s, 20s themed black and white music video. We want it to begin in a theatre, which will be made to look like a gentleman's club. We want her to be on the stage performing, and want it to be just a solo man in the audience with like by a table, and he's going to look. We want him to look out of place on purpose. Just going to be sitting by like a table with like a lamp, and he's on the chair just watching her. And then we've got that scenery. Then we've also got another setting of where she's running through the streets of London after her love interest. And we want to
leaves the theatre halfway through her performance, and she like.
So she runs after him. When she's in the theatre, we want her to be like looking glamorous, whereas when she runs after him in the streets, that's where we portray her as looking vulnerable, and she's like throwing off her jewellery.
It's like mirrored in the lyrics. It says like, if I don't need any of this, she says like something about removing her rings and stuff. Like,
yeah, so the whole point she's like stripping away because she just wants him. She doesn't care about the material things. We want it to be focused at both males and females between the ages of 16 to 25. Because we think she can interest women by being like a role model, kind of being something that they want to be. Then she can interest the men by being like a desirable object that they would want to be with. And also we've just said that there'll be cutaways, so the artist directly performing the song to a camera where she'll be given like direct address. We want that to be kind of like down a dark alley against a brick wall. So we'll have like 3 settings overall, won't we? And then that will just vary the shots and make the audience want to watch it more intently. I've got into your bit.
And then we've got some ideas for shots. We're going to be like conforming to the analysis of Andrew Goodwin, and so like many of the shots will like reflect the lyrics that are spoken through the song. Like for example, it says some people live for the future, and we're going to have some people live for the fortune. We're going to have that in that scene close up of like her expensive jewellery or his like an expensive watch or something. And then some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. It's going to be like a close up of her like hand and her ripping off the expensive ring, showing that like she doesn't need that. And then there's another lyric that says, "If I ain't got you." That's going to be like a wide shot from over the shoulder, chasing after the love interest. So it's like she's chasing after him.
I didn't say what you wanted to be called yet.
Amelie.
Did you say that? I think we said it.
She's called Amelie.
Yeah, definitely.
It's written down, but we're amazing. From producing like the rough practice that we've just done of the song "Pretty Woman," we learned that camera movement was really important in music video. And so one shot we would like to create is a tracking shot and side view of Amelie, our artist, running on like the opposite side of the street. So like it will be following her, but like hopefully we'll get like out of focus cars in front going past, which I think will look quite good. And that would like give it like I think it'll be quite a professional looking shot, and it will fit well with like the busy city like rush atmosphere. We also, from the practice, we found like it was important to have lots of close-ups and like general shots of the artist in order for like self-promotion, and that will like be 75% of our shots in our music video.
The location, I already said we've got 3 different ones. The theatre, we think we're going to have to do it in the school theatre and go and like set it up.
But and just the interior, not the
inside. Oh yeah, just the inside the theatre, and we're going to kind of change it and get rid of the seats because we don't think we can go to a normal theatre. We're going to email the Queen's Theatre, like Mr Gilbert said, but I doubt we'll go for free. But we're going to try anyway. But we think we'll have to do the school theatre for the
If you have
gentlemen as
close-ups,
well.
not too many like wide shots because
Yeah.
our school theatre isn't exactly what we want. But if you have close-ups of like certain
We
props
just need
and
a
stuff, that can
stage,
make it
really.
look, yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of meant to look not like really a little bit shabby anyway, so it might fit. I can't read this bit quickly. Second bit. Is that just about where she's running through?
Yeah, we looked at I looked at like various theatres in London and saw that like the best one for the exterior of the theatre would be the Her Majesty's Theatre in London, because it's quite like an old-fashioned building that sort of fits with the Art Deco feel, because a lot of them have like big glass doors and that's like not really the look we want. So this one's like got old like wooden doors and stuff, and it would like go really well with the theme. And because we're just filming the exterior, we wouldn't need like permission and stuff, so it would look like we've like got an expensive location, but we wouldn't have, because you don't have to like have permissions, just walk past
Just
it
like
and
pan
stuff.
of it
Yeah.
outside.
And then for the rainy shots of like we're going to have the streets of London, and over the summer I went to London, and a couple that I made note of were Knightsbridge, past Harrods, because Harrods is really like well lit at night, so I think the shots would look really good with like that sort of bokeh effect, and then have our artists like in focus with that out of focus on the back. I think that look really good. And then there's Piccadilly Circus with like all the lights, and then the Thames Riverfront, which like I went for a walk between St Paul's and Covent Garden, and on that Thames it looks really nice as well.
Just carry on.
Yeah.
On our editing, we think it should be quite slow and smooth, in order to fit the pace of the song, because it's quite a slow song. We think that we might be able to use slow motion to emphasise certain bits, maybe when she's running through, because that will make it more dramatic, and it'll give the audience, like, they'll be able to see the background better, because we think it's going to look good, the contrast of her against the really bright lights. So we could do slow motion on that. We want to use a Steadicam just to help the stability of the shots, and because sometimes when you try and stable them in the editing process, it doesn't really work. And we just noted that when we are filming, we're going to be playing this song in the background, and we want the person who's like performing as our artist to like either sing or speak along with it, just because we've learned that when you lip sync, it's better to do that for it to make it look more authentic. And that's basically it.
Okay, thoughts?
First of all, like, I think it's a really strong idea. I think like, I can really see like the artists coming alive, like actually looking professional. But one concern I'd have would be if you were filming it in London and you had cars and stuff in, how would you continue the 1920s theme?
Well, I think
because you can't just stop people from walking past.
No, but it's like a 1920s style, which is so like inside the theatre it'll be like really 1920s theme, but outside it's like present day, but in a 1920s style, because that's like
we don't want it to be
fashionable
set.
at the moment.
We don't want it to be set in the 1920s. We just want her to embody that. That's just her personal style. You know, you get really like unique artists like Lana Del Rey's a bit like that. She doesn't dress. Yeah, they don't actually dress modernly. They dress like they're back in a different decade.
It's their style, but it's still relevant to today.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you mean like ideas of like what she's going to wear?
Yeah, we've got lots of like dresses and
Some
stuff
nice
here. Yeah.
pictures there that haven't come out.
They're like really like simple, yeah.
Yeah,
Colouring.
totally know what I mean.
Is that the 1920s sort of style?
It's like hair be down and curly.
Yeah, like wavy hair.
A little like hip hop
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
What do you guys think about the location by the Knightsbridge?
I think that's nice.
I think it
Nice.
would look
Yeah.
really nice watching the long way
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, Thames is nice.
Especially like in black and white, that would look good. With some
Yeah,
lights.
the whole
Yeah,
video
that's
is in
really
black and
cool.
white.
The street lights.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, a couple of things. I think the one by, I don't like the idea inside the theater. This theater we have sucks. It doesn't match any of your idea inside there. I think it's going to be very difficult. If you pull it off to make that thing look glamorous, I'll tell you what, we'll buy you this huge cake.
I really feel like we could though.
But you know what I'm saying?
Mr. Gilbert
What
said the
would
same
you
thing,
do
but
to
I
make
feel
it
like you need to have faith.
I think, so let me just continue here, all right? You said performing in the brick wall, right, or at a brick alley or something, right?
With
I'd perform around that Knightsbridge, get an area like around there, so you can have the lights and you can have cutaways around there while you're doing that. When you go out and film, go do the performance around there inside a kind of a close quarter. Do as much of that. Just think in your head, all right, we're going to have, this is going to be a whole video. Just get that in your head.
Yeah.
Because if that doesn't work out, you have this stuff.
Mhm.
Because that to me is going to be very difficult. That thing that has not been painted or cleaned or...
No, but that's the idea is it's going to be on a brick wall, but I mentioned to Ellena the other day with glitter paper over it. So it's going to start off a close of her face, so you're not going to see any of the brick alleyway or anything. But as it zooms out, it explains the lyrics as well. It's all glamorous, like a glitter wall, but as it comes out, it's like just glitter paper to a brick wall, and it shows how again, there's no glamour.
Okay.
But on the first glance, it's like the glamorous bit. So.
But go in there and kind of do that. You might want to look at a film called by Woody Allen called Manhattan. That uses a lot of black and white. You might like that kind of look. It's called Manhattan by Woody Allen and Francis. Mr. Gilbert, I'm sure has seen it.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
He showed us it.
The beginning of it, the beginning with the kind of not the classical music kind of stuff, doing those kind of things. But if you could you need to go out there to Knightsbridge and start thinking, because I think you need to have her perform in that setting as just kind of a backup. And I think those two put together might be okay, but you have to make that judgment after. You need to go in there and see where you could do that. And then the theater is going to be a huge task that you could do it. I'm not going to say you can't, but you gotta think about that. I kind of think doing it in the drama studio is probably better. It's more confined, and you can kind of do things with it. And you can make a little stage. You can make it kind of into like a little cocktail hole.
They've got like
a jazz club.
They've got stairs.
Yeah,
They've got like a stairs thing in there, so you could stand at the top, and then there's curtains, stuff like that.
You can make it like a jazz club type of feel in there, where it's more intimate.
Yeah.
And that's to me is more. It's something, and there's lots of lighting around
that
there.
That did happen in the 20s, like little clubs.
Yeah.
So that to me is more doable. Okay, we're gonna get 10 minutes. 10 minutes, so I want Liam to go, so we're gonna have to stop.